Hello, and today I want to talk about the DS1019 Plus. It was easily one of the most popular NASs of all the ones we talked about a few weeks ago, so let's get started. Okay, so for those that aren't aware and who haven't watched the other videos, come on, catch up. The Computex 2018 event and CeBIT next week has resulted in a lot of the big brands having their biggest and latest wares on show. But a number of them, Synology, QNAP, Kitio, to name but a few, and of course Acer Store too, have had their own private events dotted around Computex in Taiwan, and they're doing the same thing in Germany because it's easier and probably more cost effective to have their own event at a local conference centre or a hotel than to have a stand at one of these big events where they get largely smothered by the big Intel brands and all the gaming rigs and all of that, and the result is it's a far more focused audience. Now, to respond to that, they have a far more grander appeal of devices on show, and the one I want to talk about today is probably the most popular of all the devices we talked about, the DS1019 Plus. It's the flagship 5-bay NAS for the Synology 2019 series. Now, when we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, all the details that we knew then are still all true, and luckily almost all the things that I postulated have turned out to be true as well, which is going to fast make the DS1019 Plus, when it's released, one of the most popular Synology NASs ever released. Hands down, there's going to be no competition about this. Right now, the most popular NAS you can buy in terms of Synology power and output and price is the DS918 Plus. I thoroughly predict this is going to blow that out of the water. This 5-bay NAS does everything that does, and I do mean everything, with a couple of extra bits too. We've learnt the hardware internally. The CPU inside is the Intel J series. It's a Celeron J3455. It's a quad-core 1.6 GHz CPU that can be boosted up to 2.3 GHz. The result is it's exactly the same CPU as the 918 Plus. Also, it has got the same memory options, 2 to 8 gig of DDR3 memory, DDR3L to be precise, and the device has got dual LAN on the rear, USB there on the front, USB on the back, can be expanded up to 10 drives, a DX517 expansion unit, and it's got 3 years of manufacturer's warranty. Does that all sound incredibly familiar? Of course it does, because that is the DS918 Plus. One of the most common complaints that I ever heard about the DS918 Plus, and there wasn't many, is that that device, although having great internal hardware and the NVMe SSD upgrade slots inside, only had 4 bays, and once you wanted to go for a 2-disk redundant option, such as an SHR2 or RAID 6 or RAID 10, you lost half the capacity. But in this new one, the DS1019 Plus, because it's a 5-bay NAS, in a RAID 6 you've still got more storage. You've still got 3 bays of storage, and that goes for an SHR as well. And the fact that this device also has NVMe upgrade slots at the bottom means, once again, it can do everything the 918 Plus can do, but does it a little bit more. I think this is going to be about £80 to £100 more in price to make up for the extra hard drive bay and options, which is fairly standard once you look at 2 and 5 and even 6 and 8 bay devices, that it works out about £100 price difference per bay, 80 to 100 depending on where you're living. But the DS1019 Plus is still going to be a great NAS even at the extra price threshold, because it has all of the software support of the Synology 918 Plus and pretty much all of the software that you get in DSM 6.2. We're talking 40 cameras in surveillance, Plex media server support, 4K playback and transcoding, the great selection of Synology first party apps, Synology Drive, Synology Office, Synology Moments, Synology Calendar, Synology Chat, Synology Active Backup, and all of that cloud support too with Google Drive, Amazon S3, Dropbox and more. It's got all of those features and functionality, even the mobile applications too. You are looking at a game changer of a NAS in that DS1019 Plus. Now, in terms of release, I think we're going to have to wait for this one, guys. I think we're not going to see this till about October, maybe even November. 918, this isn't going to replace that 918. I just can't see that happening. I think the two are going to run parallel for quite a while. And with the only difference between them being one hard drive, and with a price difference so small, and once you really break it down about the cost per terabyte in certain RAID environments, in some regards the 918 the DS1019 Plus will actually work out better value for money, because with that extra hard drive bay you can get smaller drives and have more capacity in the right RAID array in terms of price per terabyte. So do bear that in mind when you make your purchase. Don't get me wrong, if you need a NAS now, that price difference and that extra bay does not facilitate waiting all that time for release. If you need the 918 Plus now, buy the 918 Plus now. If you're not in any mad rush and the idea of a 5 bay really does suit you, maybe wait for the 1019 Plus. Now, if you want to learn more or get more constant updates on this device, subscribe to here on NAS Compares, or go below to the article on the DS1019 Plus at NAS Compares. We've got all the specifications and photos from Computex. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.